Hi, I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here at Siggraph 2016, and to my right, we've got Amy Gile from Silverdraft, and we've got Richard Edlund. Amy, do you want to quickly just talk about Silverdraft, and then we'll dig in? Richard is on your board and is an advisor, so why don't you just tell everybody what you do?
Well, we build high-performance workstations that are extremely optimized and supercomputers, and we really focus on your visualization, high-end rendering. We have here at Siggraph, we are showing a lot of VR, so we have a very customized Demon VR system that we're showing both at NVIDIA and PNY, and then we have a new Flame Demon that we're showing here over at B&H's booth.
Very cool. So, and Richard, you're on the board and you help advise, and I mean, you've got this wealth of experience under your belt. I know you started as a photographer and then worked your way. Do you mind talking about your path?
Well, actually, when I was in junior high school, a friend of mine lent me his little Minox camera as a spy camera, and I snuck a few pictures in class. And
Didn't get in trouble.
And my friend sent them to his father, who was the Minox distributor in New York. And in fact, I think a week or two later, they came back, and a lot of them came out. And I said, "This is for me, photography."
And that was it.
And I mean, I don't know how much you want me to go.
No, this is so. I have a question for you. So, why don't you name some of the films that you've worked on, and then maybe talk about how the industry has changed for the good and the bad? I mean, has technology? Obviously, you could do way more with it, but does it also? Is it the opposite side of the coin?
It's a cruel. It's a cruel business, really. It is, I'm sorry to say. I mean, I got interested in it because I loved photography, and I loved the bleeding edge of photography at the time, which was visual effects. I mean, it was the most difficult thing you could do with photography. I mean, I did Star Wars and Empire and Jedi and Raiders and Die Hard and Ghostbusters and...
Is there one film that you could think back with the technology that's available today, like Silverdraft? Would you have done something different? Do you ever sit up at night and think, okay, if I had today's technology, I would have done this?
I think any one of them. I mean, I gotta say that Poltergeist was one of the most difficult movies I ever did, because it was taking place in the house next door, and so therefore. Things had to appear to be real, even though that there were ghosts and monsters and things like that. I mean, it was... So, I mean, I don't know if I would have done anything different, because I felt real successful with that movie. An interesting movie that I did called Multiplicity, where Michael Keaton was playing 4 parts, that was not possible in the photochemical era. I mean, we would have had to have a concrete sofa for them to sit on so it didn't bounce, you know. And I was getting to the point where I was tired of the limitations. And I wasn't thinking about architecture or something else, you know. But then the photochemical business happened.
How do you feel about virtual reality?
You know, I'm still out on that. I mean, I'm not on board with that yet, but I'm sure it'll happen. And I know that Silverdraft's got some monstrous equipment, you know, that will enhance it. I mean, one of the problems I've had with it is the resolution. You know, is not, you know, it needs to be full res, you know.
But it looks like we're going to get there.
Well, it's one of the things I think for us that is extremely important, because that experience needs to be impactful. You can't step away, feel sick. The frame rates have to be extremely high, you know. Right. And building these solutions for the artist, we're designing the systems to meet the artist's needs. So Richard's been incredible as a mentor to look at it and say, okay, what is important? You know, what is important from the artist's perspective, so that we can design systems to meet the needs of the artist. It's just an honor getting to work with Richard.
Well, I'm also really happy to see the Flame is coming back, you know, because, you know, I mean, it's like, you know, Autodesk has finally decided to make it available to any platform, and they happen to have the fastest one. So, I mean, their Demon is like laying waste to the competitors, you know.
it really allows the artist to have that stream of consciousness when they're working, so that they can, as they're making those shifts, it's automatically happening. You don't want the artist to sit there and be delayed or hindered by the technology. You want them to create and create incredible things that all of us can enjoy.
The days of the 9 gig stack costing $30,000 and you know, and going out for a coffee while the shot renders, you know, those are gone.
That's gone. No more ping pong. Yeah, they might not like us for
Right.
that, Richard.
Right.
They might still want to
Ping
be in
pong
the
is and pool tables, right?
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for popping by. Is there anything that I haven't asked that you feel is important?
Oh, many millions things.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much
thank
for
you.
coming by, guys. Randy Altman, Post Perspective, Siggraph 2016.